Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to discuss one legislation which is known as Workmen Compensation Act 1923, which is very much important for PSU MTHR exam. So let's begin. Workmen Compensation Act 1923 aims to provide financial compensation to employees in case they meet with an unfortunate accident while performing their duties. So, the basic fundamental objective of this legislation is to provide financial assistance at time of any accident or injury during the course of the performing of job. Let's see when it came into force. It came into force on 1st of July 1924 and it applies to full-time employee, part-time employee, temporary employee, casual employee and front-line workers such as non-permanent employee of railways, captain, crew members on an aircraft. Laborers employed abroad as per Schedule 2 of Workmen Compensation Act 1923. So these are some of the types of worker for which the Workmen Compensation Act applies. According to exam perspective, sometime it came like to whom it applies to applies to all these kind of workers or employees. Now let's see individuals working in construction sites, mines, dock, factories, drivers, mechanic, helps and so on and so forth. So now one important point is here, any company with more than 10 employees are liable to pay compensation. So it is very much beneficial for the students that any organization which is having 10 employees in their establishment, then they need to pay the compensation to all their employees. And also we have to understood that if there is less than 10 employees, then this act will not follow. Now let's see what is the coverage under the act. So bodily or other injuries during an accident while on duty, very important point. So any injury causing during the course of your performing duty, then only this act will cover. So temporary disablement, permanent disablement, complete or partial, death due to accident, injury, disease or death resulting from working conditions. Sometimes it happens that the working condition is very poor that employees may cause certain diseases. So the employer needs to pay some compensation for it. All legal or any other expenses incurred by an employee in the above circumstances. Sometimes it happens that the employee by herself or himself pays the amount for above causes, accident or injuries. So at that time the amount will be reimbursed according to this Workmen Compensation Act. Now let's see what are the occupational disease which is mentioned in the schedule number 3. It is very important and it has come in several examination that occupational disease comes under which schedule? So schedule 3. Now let's see amount of compensation given to employees. So section 4, number 1, temporary disabilities. So if any employee causes temporary disabilities, so 25% of wages and the maximum compensation period will be 5 years. So for 5 years an employee will get wages of 25%. Now let's see point number 2, permanent total disabilities. So where permanent total disabilities has been mentioned. So in part 1 of schedule 1, it is mentioned in schedule 1 of part 1. So 60% of wages or 1,20,000 whichever is higher. So if any employee causes permanent total disabilities and also government has led what are the disabilities will cause in permanent total disabilities, there is a list of it. So in that case an employee will be liable to get 60% of wages or 1,20,000 whichever is higher. Now sometimes it happens permanent partial disabilities, so where it is mentioned according to part 2 of schedule 1, it is also mentioned in schedule 1 but in part 2. So in case of permanent partial disabilities, the payable corpus is a certain percentage of earning lost by the employee due to his injury. So in this, if an employee is not able to perform the work which prior he was performing very rightly, so in that case the amount will be paid by keeping in mind the earning lost by the employee, and then the compensation will be paid to the employee. So we have understood temporary disabilities, permanent partial disabilities, permanent total disabilities. Now come to death. So in case of death, 50% of deceased monthly wages or 1,20,000 whichever is higher. So in case any employee causes death or then 50% of their monthly wages will be paid to their dependents. Also, one point to remember, those covered under ESI, that is Employee State Insurance Act, cannot get benefits under Workmen Compensation Act 1923. So employees who are benefited by ESI shall not get benefit under Workmen Compensation Act. Let's see some of the amendments. Amendment of 2010, the law's name got changed to Employees Compensation Act. So now it is not Workmen Compensation but Employees Compensation Act. Point to remember is the year, because in examinations it comes in which year the name got changed. Now let's see the amendment of 2020. The Ministry of Labour and Employment raised calculation amount to 15,000. So earlier it was 8,000, now it is 15,000. Employer not liable to pay compensation by disregarding safety norms. So in terms like in cases where employee willingly disregard the safety norms, then at times employer is not liable to pay the compensation. It is the employee fault that he did not follow. Injury or disablement for less than 3 days. Sometimes the injury is minor and it only rests for 3 days, then the compensation will not be paid. Accidents or injury under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Sometimes the employee himself lost their consciousness by drinking alcohol or gaining some drugs, so then employer is not liable to pay compensation at all. So these 3 points will keep in mind. So what is the funeral expenses? So rupees 5,000 minimum should be given as a funeral expense. And who is the review authority? Commissioner is the review authority. Now let's see what is the penalty. So penalty is 50% of amount payable for delayed compensation, and also will be a simple interest which is 12%. And claim by an employee, so the time span is 2 years. Within 2 years an employee should claim their compensation if not paid. So as I said, who is the review authority? Authority appointed by the state government, commissioner under Workmen's Compensation Act 1923. Now let's see what is the penalty amount. So it is rupees 50,000 to rupees 1 lakh, failure to give compensation, also failure to maintain notice board. So repealed section I have written, like how many sections have been repealed. So 32 sections in all has been repealed till now. And if you recall who are the sections, so section 18 is being repealed, 30A and 33. These sections has been repealed. So this was all Workmen Compensation Act. I hope it is very much helpful to you and it is very much in short, so that you will understand and also revise in time before examination. So those who have watched till the end, thank you so much for watching and all the best for your examination.